Hello and welcome folks to another modern video. Today we're going to be looking at a deck that I built maybe like a month ago, maybe a little bit more. And I think that it has a pretty significant amount of potential. So we're going to be bringing it back for today. And that is a Karn, Devoted Druid, Saga, Luxior combo. So here's how this deck works. We have the Devoted Druid plus Vizier of Remedies combo going on. This of course nets infinite mana. And we can find both pieces of the combo thanks to Elamber's Call. But Devoted Druid alongside the card Luxior also makes it so you spend 3 mana to equip the Devoted Druid, and then it sort of boosts itself, also netting infinite mana as well. So once you make use of infinite mana, you can cast a Walking Ballista, you can Finale of Devastation for for infinite amount. You can Karn minus for Ballista to kill your opponent as well, or you can call for Ballista and kill them that way as well. We can also have access to a little bit of a value plan thanks to Eternal Witness, and we also have a couple of copies of Endurance to sort of take this this extra different approach, sort of a beat down disruptive approach instead. We also have access to 2 copies of Trinisphere. This is a card that I think it's very underplayed in the format and actually quite strong right now. Not very many decks are used to dealing with this sort of effect. So a deck like Living, for example, it's completely dead in the water. Like it would cost them 6 mana to actually resolve a Living, which obviously gives you a lot of agency over where things go. And then of course, if you get paired against a deck like Murktide, the deck is built entirely around being able to spend like 1 mana many times. So if you get to turn those 1 mana into 3 mana, all of a sudden you find yourself with a very strong advantage. We have a couple of copies of Wrenn 6 as well, and the reason for playing Wrenn 6 is obviously the interaction with Saga. By the way, one thing that I did not point out is the fact that Saga obviously not only allows us to play a beatdown plan with constructs, but also can find Luxior, Giada's Gift, to find our combo piece with Devoted Druid, and Viridian Longbow is another way to go infinite. If you have Luxior and Longbow equipped to a Devoted Druid, that's infinite pinks. So we get to win the game as well with using that axis. We have a 1 Soulguide Lantern that we can tutor for with the Saga, and a Shadow Spear as a Saga target as well. You'll also notice that we have access to Yavimaya and a couple of Boseiju. Obviously, Boseiju works really well with Wrenn as well. We have another one in the sideboard for that game plan. That pretty much covers the main deck. The last card obviously is going to be Karn the Great Creator. Karn does a couple of things for this deck. First of all, it finds the Luxior or the Walking Ballista as a way to kill or enable our combo. We also have access to a sideboard that is very useful at giving us some specific bullets. For example, against a Cascade deck, we can Karn minus, get Chalice and play it immediately. If we're playing against any sort of graveyard combo deck, we can Karn minus for Tormod Script, and then we can go get Damping Sphere, Ensnaring Bridge, Engineered Explosives as ways to interact with whatever our opponent is doing, and of course the Singleton Liquid Metal Coating that we can start blowing up lands with. The rest of the sideboard, as I said earlier, we have 1 Boseiju, and then Veils of Summer, Outland Liberator, Endurance, and a couple of copies of Dismember round out this sideboard right here. We're going to be trying this deck through a modern league on Magic Online. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in coaching or supporting the stream through Patreon or by making a donation, you'll find all the information you need in the description of the video down below. Let's see you for round number 1. Okay, starting things off with a turn 3 kill on the play. Don't mind if I do. So we're just gonna go turn 1. Do we even want to play the Viridian Longbow? I honestly don't think we do. I think I'm just gonna go turn 1, tap land, and say go. Let's see what we're up against. If this is Hammer, then I think we're probably gonna be in pretty good shape. Let's get our Temple Garden there. Play a Devoted Druid and pass the turn. And I think this is gonna be, unless they are playing like main deck Prismatic Ending or something, I think this is just gonna be the game. Oh my god, we can play the Longbow and we can pay for the Sentinel tax. This is awesome. We can actually pay for the Sentinel tax. This is hilarious. Love this. All right. I'll take 11, my friend. You got anything else? Looks like a no. That looks like a no. So let me just make some, you know, infinite mana, and we can... I guess I'm just gonna play the longbow. I just really want to pay for the Sentinel tax. I don't think this has ever happened. Alright, untap. Ping ya. Untap. Ping ya. And my opponent is officially dead. So I think the better way to do this is to... Yeah, my opponent just concedes. But I think it's better to just like put all the pings on the stack and then just send them to their face. That's very, very funny though. I wonder if anybody ever did that before. Okay, so I definitely like Boseiju. And I think I want the engineered explosives. Trinisphere seems a little bit slow on the draw. And oh, Outland Liberator sounds fantastic. We can cut some endurances. Do I want to dismember? Do I want to dismember? I guess it's the least bad card. This looks good though. This looks pretty good. Let's submit. Okay, so pretty nice hand. Yep. Turn 1 Arbor Elf. Turn 2 Wrenn 6 plus Saga. We can actually do both things. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. We're gonna play the Arbor Elf off of this Stomping Ground. Like, gives me more options. Gives me more lines. It actually allows me to play the Wrenn on 2 and the Saga in the same turn. Turn 3 Karn is also no joke against Hammer. Okay, so opponent goes with the turn 1 Esper Sentinel once again. We are ready with our turn 1 1/1. Okay. Start tapping out. Play out Hammer. Well, this is gonna work out well for us. Green, untap, red, pay, and just ping. Esper Sentinel. Now we're gonna be able to Karn on 3. Ugh, I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. Ugh. Yikes. Alright, this game's now over. 1. Yikes. Yeah. that was a pretty good. I guess maybe my opponent mulliganed pretty low, but that was a pretty nice showing right there. Wrenn 6 turns out it's a hell of a card, huh? See you next round. Well, this hand is a lot worse than the very first 2 that we saw. Yeah. There's nothing for us here. Just ship it. And this hand is pretty fantastic. So what are we trying to do here? I think, like, I'm definitely keeping this hand. Now the question is, do I play Devoted Druid? Huh, because I can bottom the Arbor Elf. So I can go turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, turn 2, I guess I can just bottom the second Saga. Yeah, because the Karn gives me the mana that I need, so yeah. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do this. So we're gonna keep... This is Wars versus removal, but it's fine. Feign Death has been pitched. Okay. So I guess my opponent is probably gonna go after our mana. Just getting scammed. Getting scammed by the Grief deck. Okay, so opponent decides to go after the Utopia Sprawl, and I imagine they're gonna go after the Devoted Druid here. The Arbor Elf. Okay. Well, good thing I bottomed the the Urza Saga then. Maybe they have another Grief here, or they have a removal spell for the Druid. A 4/3 is a lot more than a 3/2. And the monkey, Jesus, that's a lot. That's a lot. Damn. At least they have nothing left, hopefully. So these, if I find a white source, I win. That's actually not true. That's actually not true, because I would need a white source for the call and a white source for the other thing. So I would need to draw exactly Luxior. If I draw Luxior, I win. Fury Pitching Monkey. Damn. Do they have another Feign Death or something? Tarmogoyf. Jesus. Okay, can I draw another Druid? I actually don't even have the time. So I play Sprawl here and I lose, because my opponent has exactly lethal. Okay. That's pretty good. So I probably want Veils in this matchup, both for removal and for the thing. And I'm trying to think if I want Endurance. I guess my opponent showed me what's his name, right? So I think this is fine. So do we want Dismember? I think I want Dismember, just a 1 copy. I could want Boseiju otherwise. Dismember seems better. Opponent may have Magus. It's very unlikely though. Super unlikely they have Magus. But yeah, our Rolf is just such a... Alright, keep this. Play land and say go. This is kind of awkward because I don't have the Triumph. So I will need to choose whether I want red mana or white mana, but I can't have both. If opponent does have the Grief here, there's nothing I can do. So DRC I can beat. I think... Do I want to kill this? I think I do. Let's get a Stomping Ground. And Dismember. A little bit painful, but no pain, no gain, they say. Here's a Devoted Druid, and your go. Next turn we have the option of playing second Saga or playing... We can play second Saga or we can play the Misty Rainforest. We can technically Finale for 3. Or make a Construct, which is probably going to be the better play. The reason why I like playing out the Saga is that the first one can find me Luxior and the other one can find me the other thing. Oh wow, well that's a blowout. Never mind, Ursa Saga is gone. That's a blank, and play that and say go. Yeah, that Alpine Moon is very strong there. Not really much for us to do. The good thing is that probably means that they don't have actual Blood Moon. I would like to report a murder, please. Police! Police, I would like to report a murder. Endurance. Alright. At least there's that. Let's see what my opponent does here. Fetch, Stomping Ground, Shock. I assume that they have the thing. That was probably my best possible top deck there. I have to assume that they have Charm or something. Take my block there. Maybe they have a Lightning Bolt. No Bolt. Opponent is at 10. They have 2 Death Shadows though. Yikes. Engineered Explosives. No such luck. I can't believe my opponent's playing Death Shadow. I'm very surprised by that. That's a good draw for them. That's a good draw. Just so they can shock. So what am I hoping for here? I think I take it. I don't think there's anything I can draw. I mean, I was definitely not expecting Death Shadow out of my opponent's deck. But yeah, I mean, we're just like, I know what I want to do here. I got so badly by that shot. I mean, this was the story of this, right? Like, if they don't have the Alpine Moon on that turn, we get a couple of dudes, we start pressuring them. But yeah, that was good. That was very, very good. We got real bad there. All right. Jegantha. That's probably Shadow. Is this good against Shadow? This may be okay against Shadow, actually. Can go turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 Sphere. Well, now Sphere's not going to do too much in the face of Monkey, but if only the Monkey didn't also ramp, you know? You know? That's funny, like, if my opponent exiles my other Stomping Ground, like, I don't have any more fetchable red sources. Which is very funny. Turn 2 Tireless Tracker. Okay, well, we're in a lot of trouble here. I don't think we're going to be winning this one. Do not think we're going to be winning this one. Turn 2 Tracker, we're going to take 5. But our Devoted Druid is going to die right now. Man, all of these grindy matchups is not what I want to see, really. All of these grindy matchups are kind of beating. Jesus! Oh, Monkey. Oh, Monkey. God damn you, Monkey. Ugh. Yeah, this is not looking good for the good guys right here. This right here. Not looking great for the good guys. Here's a Trinisphere. So maybe that clunks up my opponent's draw a little bit. I doubt it. Like, I'm just dying to this stupid tracker though. Like, I'm gonna take at least 6 this. That's half of my life total. Oh, they're playing their own Saga. So I guess it's John Saga with trackers. Okay. Utopia's Pro. It's not free. Got him. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure though. That is a lot of pressure. Alright. That's fine. Sideboard. Liberator. Endurance. Probably these members. Can cut Trinisphere. Where are my combo decks, man? Just gonna play against combo decks so these Trinispheres don't look bad. Soul Guide, Shadow Spear, all these cards are fine, I think. And I'm gonna leave the combo just because I really want to cut Arbor Elves. Yep. Okay. But yeah, John style decks are definitely not what we want to be playing against. I'm gonna keep this hand, and I'm gonna play Basic Forest Utopia's Pro on red, I think. Opponent can discard spell on one, but if they don't, then we can dismember and like do some stuff. Ewit also pretty decent. There's also, we could also just pass the turn holding up Dismember. I'm not gonna do that. Like if we miss a land drop next turn, we're in so much trouble. So this is very awkward because it ties my mana. So if my opponent does go turn 1 Monkey, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. Also just realized that my opponent's like Veil is really bad. I should not have Veil of Summer in my deck. Because I just realized my opponent's removal is red, it's not black. I guess Veil protects me from Kolaghan's Command. I'm gonna Witness. Okay. Green Source. Okay. Play that and name white. And Soul Guide. I'm gonna exile Mishra's Bubble. There we go. I could have played Devoted Druid there, but if I do that, then my opponent just kills it. And it's very bad for me, so this is gonna be Wrenn. It is Wrenn. Opponent's gonna get to draw Verdant Catacombs. Very awkward. Very, very awkward. I think I'm just gonna sack to draw a card here. Oh my god. This is so bad. Every time I put Veil of Summer in my deck, I just regret it so much. Every single time, without exceptions. Every time I put Veil of Summer in my deck, I just regret it. Just end up regretting it. Basic Swamp also is probably bad news for me. Yep. Okay. So I can kill this because my opponent doesn't have a land in there. There's an instant in the graveyard already, so I get to kill this Tarmogoyf, which is very nice. There's also the possibility that my opponent has. I'm gonna play out Devo Sage and Sago. There's also the possibility that my opponent has a Magus or something. But I guess Magus is not super bad. That's another Goyf. So I have the combo. All I need is a payoff. Or I need a way to enable the combo. Nile Spellbomb doesn't really do anything. Just makes my opponent's Goyf smaller. Okay, here we go. Combo enabler or payoff? That's a payoff. 1, that's 4. I guess if I do it for 3, place around removal. So I'm gonna do it for 3 because my opponent may be holding on to like a lightning bolt or something. Okay. They are drawing a card though. Search library. PC of Remedies. Infinite mana. And play Liberated. Just gonna minus for Walking Ballista. An opponent just concedes. Appreciate opponent, thank you. I think this is fine. I think I want Engineered Explosives actually. I think I actually want Engineered Explosives in the deck. In place of a Veil of Summer. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's up. Submit. This hand's quite good. I like this hand a lot. Keep it. This hand is quite good. So this is turn 1 Monkey. Sounds good. There's no way ever that my opponent has Veil in their deck against me, so I'm going to play around my opponent having access to a second Monkey by waiting till combat to do this. But I'm definitely dismembering this thing. Like it's such a big advantage for my opponent to go like straight up to 3 mana. Saga. Okay. Goyf would be good. Goyf's definitely good. I think I want to Wrenn instead of Devoted Druid there. I may be wrong on that, but I think that I'd rather have Wrenn because next turn I can actually protect the Wrenn with Endurance. So opponent can swing and Wrenn goes down to 1. Next turn I can make my opponent shuffle. Plus, play that and say go. Oh, I think that was a mistake. I think my opponent did not know about that land. Whoops. Should have played another different land. So it's kind of nice here how, I mean, I have to do this. And my opponent's probably not going to attack here, but I'm playing around Pity Needle. This is the most obviously telegraphed endurance of all time, but it is what it is. That's pretty smart. That makes it so the Goyf doesn't die. So, okay. Well, I'm kind of surprised by that play. So now I just get a free chump, a free block on the construct. And the Wrenn survives. We take 3. That's kind of fine. Now I get to ping the construct. They could have Fury, I guess. If they Fury here, they clear my board. Okay, that's a ball that does not go towards my guy, right? So ping there. Play tapped Temple Garden. And say go. So the endurance bounces off of the Goyf. Wrenn. Okay. Imagine that, yeah, they're gonna ping. Okay, that's good. So now I guess I have to endurance myself. And they have instant. Okay. So I have to endurance myself. Now I attack Wrenn, I think. Attack Wrenn in 6. My opponent may just take it, honestly. If Goyf bounces, I get to Wrenn ping. We get blown out if my opponent has a bolt, but I think it's worth it. Good. Because actually getting the Goyf off the table is a little bit of an issue. So much mileage we've gotten out of these endurances. What a card. And that's why it's like 90 tickets a moto or something. Absolutely ridiculous prices. So this Karn is infinite mana. Opponent goes face, which is the right play. I'm gonna take it. We go to 6. Luxior. Well, it doesn't do... Oh, they can equip Wrenn if they want to. They can turn Wrenn into a 3/3. That's sort of hilarious. Definitely gonna fetch here on end step. You get a Mire. Opponent's got a lot of mana over there. Another Goyf. A little bit of a problem. Do we have removal or do we not have removal? They do play out Luxior. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're good to go. Like, if we find a payoff, we win here, which is nice. Explosives. Not quite the payoff that I was hoping for. So, we can Karn for bridge. Let's look at our sideboard. Opponent's got Jegantha in hand and 2 unknowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then I expose the Wrenn. If I go to 4, I can die to bolt. So I guess I want to play out the Boseiju so I don't have to fetch. And I think I'm just gonna minus 4 Snare and Bridge. And we're gonna plus on a land. Pass the turn. Oh, that was silly. Why didn't I kill the monkey? Like, now my opponent can remove it there. I guess I can just chump block it if I want to, but definitely that's a whoopsie. I guess I can E for 2 next turn. That Wrenn minus suggests that my opponent doesn't have an answer to the bridge nor the Karn. And playing out the Jegantha confirms that. So we still have lethal if we find a payoff or if we find an enabler. That's neither. I'm gonna actually name black with this with this Utopias look because I have all of my other colors covered, and this makes it so I can dismember. I can Walking Ballista for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4. X equals 4. That clears Wrenn and 6. Can kill Luxior, which doesn't do anything for me. I think we're just gonna ping Wrenn and then plus Karn. Say go. We are gonna play the land and play out explosives for 2, I think. Playing out explosive for 2 makes it so I don't just randomly die to like this go beats. And I don't have to crack the explosives, which is nice. Like I have control over it. Let's get some Saga action. Now if they minus the Wrenn on the Karn, that forces the Wrenn to die, which is good for me. And puts my opponent in a little bit of an awkward spot. We're still looking for a payoff or an enabler. Okay, so they do ping the Karn, which costs the... Still got explosives to blow up 2s if I have to. Call against command is quite good there. So that kills Karn and blows up bridge. Big problem for us. Call against command is far and away the best draw that they could have had. So now we're actually in a lot of trouble. They should have just attacked with everything. Like they missed out on a free attack on the monkey, I think. Actually that's not true, they block. Never mind. So I think we block there and we blow up 2s. Which also means that I'm not... Like I don't really have a way to win anymore now. I could block there, but no, this is... Yeah, I think that call against command probably seals it. I don't think I can beat that. Look at Jegantha actually mattering. Forcing me to chump. That was so close. If we had drawn this last turn, we would have been in business. Or if they hadn't, like... If they had drawn like the K command on this turn as opposed to the previous one. But just as is, we're just dead on board. We're dead to the Saga and everything, so... Alright, didn't get there. Got a little bit unlucky there towards the end. I thought that we had like a firm grasp on the game, but that call against command was too much to come back from. GG's. That's gonna be it. Alright, what do we got here? I think I like this. So we can go turn 1. Actually, this is a turn 3 kill if I want to go for it. Opponent's playing 61 cards. Mill. I think I'm gonna go for it here. Well, never mind. Actually, do I still go for it? I think I do. I think I'm gonna go for it. So we're gonna go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Stomping Ground Devoted Druid, and turn 3 this is gonna pop. This is gonna find me the other piece that I need for the Devoted Druid combo, and then we can combo off. Because I don't think we're gonna be winning the long game. So I think it's better for me to try to YOLO here a little bit. But yeah, Mill obviously one of our absolute worst matchups, as you can probably imagine. But if my opponent attempts to go for the fair plan, oh, that's a fatal push. So that probably means the worst. I think I should just concede. I just don't want to show my opponent more of my deck, but we can't win. Can't win anymore. So Veil of Summer should work, but it's probably not gonna. Endurances are great. Keep those in. I like Trinisphere on the play. Probably not great on the draw. I guess we just go up to 63. 64. Yeah, let's go with this. We bring in 1 land and 3 spells. Not the worst ratio. Like, it's a little bit worse than normal, but it's not the worst ratio. Okay, sure. Cyan looks okay. I don't like the fact... I don't really like the fact that this hand has 2 of these effects, but it's fine. I'm definitely gonna fetch a basic so my opponent cannot blow up my land to Utopia's Pro. I'm definitely gonna add red mana here. And usually what I do against Mill is I will just like I cannot really play around Archive Trap, so I'd rather like play into it as soon as I can, really. That's kind of nice. Play that. Pass the turn. So we can try to go the Construct route, or we can try to go the Karn route. I'm kind of feeling the Construct route, being honest. Although I guess I can just resolve the Karn here, and there's nothing my opponent can do. Sure? They're just trying to surgical me here? You got me? I'm just gonna Karn minus for coding. Alright, Devoted Druids are gone. Kind of whatever. I think I'm gonna go for this. I could have gone for Saga instead, but I'm definitely gonna go for Slam Karn minus for coding, and if my opponent wants to blow up the Saga, then they just don't have lands anymore. So I think that's a good exchange for me. I will exchange you my land for all of yours. Sure. Well, they're not gonna mill a local metal coding, so... Yep. I got there. Yeah, this is fine. So Trinisphere becomes a lot worse on the draw. I think I'd rather have this memory instead of Trinisphere on the draw. It's kind of wild how Will of Summer does basically nothing against Mill. Because all of the cards that they play now, they just don't target. It's pretty stupid. I'm still gonna play it because of Drown the Lock and stuff, but upsetting. Upsetting is the word. Well, this hand has a dream. I'm gonna keep it. This hand has a dream. So the thought process here is like we can kill a crab and like we have a lot of mana. So I think this is fine. So all we need is for the top of my deck to be gentle. Excellent. Thank you, top of my deck. Also, Yavimaya pulling some weight here, allowing me to cast all my spells without even using my thing. And I'm trying to resolve Karn here, so I think it's better to play 2 elves, which basically guarantees that I have a Karn mana next turn. Laughter. 13 cards. Not even that bad, honestly. So now we get to Karn here. Oops. Tap. Minus Karn for coding. And swing for 1. The classic Karn game plan. So a bunch of things got exiled there. The Vizier got exiled, so Finale is not an enabler anymore. Actually, that's not entirely true. Okay, so let's go, because I can Endurance? Kind of really want to play Devoted Druid. So I think we're just gonna minus for Trinisphere. Let's play an elf. And we're gonna minus for Trinisphere. And this is, like, this has to force the drown. Really? Visions from Beyond? Like, I'll take that. We're not shuffled here. This forces the drown. Good. And now we get to slam coding next turn, which is gonna potentially force another drown. And then we can Finale for... I guess we don't really want the shuffler just yet. Ghost Quarter might... I think I do want to search here, actually. They Archive Trap. And then we get to Finale for... then we get to Finale for Endurance. Nice. Alright, here's the coding. You have the Drown, Snapcaster. I think that... Wait a second. Oh my god. Is this gonna be the blowout? I think this is gonna be the blowout. Yep. My opponent can only flashback Drown in the lock here. Oh my god. So we're just gonna... wait for my opponent to target Drown here. Then Drown coding. And then we're gonna fetch for Temple Garden. Woof! Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so sick. I guess I'm gonna beat down here. Might as well fetch. I would like to Lumber Skull for Endurance, please. And I would like to blow you out. In gross, disgusting fashion. Please and thank you. That land is gone. Your go. Oh, this is delightful. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hideous laughter. Sure, take 15 cards. Hope you enjoy that one, because that's the last spell you're going to be casting. Coding. That. Dead. I guess that we even get to attack, which is funny. There's no Vizier, as I said, because it's exiled. I guess I might as well play this out. And let's take care of the laughter. We're gonna beat down here. And I'm gonna chill on this Finale. I don't want to like get blown out of nowhere by a random combination of cards. Field of Ruin. Okay, okay. I'm gonna go after the basic land here. So if they have to activate, we gotta activate now. Funny enough, I think I don't... Maybe I should have failed to find there. But I think I don't play the Saga because I don't want to enable my opponent's... I don't want to enable my opponent's... this is 5 mana. This is fine. I don't want to enable my opponent's thing, the archive trap. And this is going to be forced to pop in a couple of turns. And I don't want to allow them to be able to do that. Alright. Alright. So coding. Your black source. Swing. Okay. Still a 2-turn clock. So they have exactly one draw. It can be a fetch land. They have no cards in hand. I think this is locked up, which means I'm going to play out the Saga. Maybe I should have like gone for Endurance, just like Finale for Endurance right now. Nah, it's fine. Like there's no, I'd rather just keep stuff in the graveyard. All right, beating Mill. Feels very good. This Karn is sure, this card, Karn is sure something. All right, so this is the last match, Kaheera. I'm gonna keep this. So this can be a turn 3 kill, or it can be a slower mid-range hand with Wrenn and 6 in value. So I don't know whether my opponent's playing elementals or whether they're playing some control deck. So we'll see what's up. Flooded Strand probably means blue-white. And if it is indeed blue-white, then yeah, I'm just gonna Wrenn here. Definitely Wrenn. Boop. Get that one back. Yep, it's definitely blue-white. Okay. Let's... I think I want to play Devoted Druid. Let's play Druid. Counterspell. It's kind of whatever. Like, I don't think that's what this game's gonna be about. We also get to play out the Luxior, which is just hilarious. We can suit up our Wrenn. It's very funny. That's a Finale. I think I'm gonna chill on that, and we can use it for value. We can use it for Eternal Witness and then get it back and like do some nonsense like that. So they don't have Snapcaster because they have Kaheera, so I think I'm just gonna target myself here. Let's put another dude in the deck. Okay. Well, if they let me ult, this is just gonna be infinite Finales, which seems pretty hard for my opponent to beat. Got me counterspelled. Swing for 3. So next turn we ult, and then we just have a Finale of Devastation every single turn. Seems good. Seems pretty solid. Boseiju. Do I want to plus this? No, I'm just gonna Emblem. So Finale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finale for 3, discarding this. Like if this eats like an Archmage's Charm or whatever. Cryptic Command. Actual Cryptic Command. You'll love to see it. It's been a minute since I've seen that one. Tapping out. That means we get to resolve Wrenn. Excellent. So let's Finale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Finale for X equals 2. Discard a land. Switch library for red green. Is this resolve 2? Maybe they have veto. Maybe that's what's up. Nope. All right. So I guess infinite Finales it is. Seems good. Seems good. Just Fire and Ice. Yeah, like this is perfect for me. Can get that one back next turn. We also have Boseiju to stop the hole if we hear about that, which is cool. But yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep doing X equals 2 because it just threatens to go infinite. So it's just great. Like I just have infinite things and like it just threatens to go infinite, which is pretty nice. Yep. And this is why I like this deck so much, is just the pivoting is so strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Now you can just go back and forth. You can be like a Devoted Druid sort of combo deck, or you can just be a mid-range deck with like freaking endurances and stuff, and like Wrenn and 6 emblems that threaten to like ultimate every turn. 2, 3. So if they go for hull, I know that I could have held on to Boseiju, but like if they go for hull attack, I just block and then they lose. So Wrath, another Teferi, sounds good. So if my opponent goes for minus on the Devoted Druid, I'm just okay. Endurance, yeah, because if they go on the Devoted Druid, I can just kill it. It's not very good for me. I mean, they're gonna run out of cards eventually, because I'm just doing this every single turn. Like I don't even ping the Teferi here. I don't even ping it. I just keep plussing and plussing Wrenn over and over again. We have no more fetchables though, so x equals 2. Discard that. Devoted Druid. Cast this. And I think I'm gonna shuffle their stuff again. It's very funny how much this Devoted Druid actually threatens. They're just gonna run out of cards, and I'm not. So like my opponent's just fighting this fight that makes no sense. Like they can't win. Unless they have main deck Rest in Peace, maybe, and even if they do, I just both Sage you it. So I don't know what my opponent's trying to achieve here. So they're tapping a bunch of mana, and what? Wrath? Wrath, no. Not that it matters, like we just chump and then we win, so it's not that it really matters. But yeah, obviously it sucks that they just messed up there. Okay, so Veil of Summer looks strong, and I think that's it. Don't worry, I don't want Arbor Elves. I think Trinisphere could be okay. I mean, I'm definitely into it on the play. Maybe on the draw I should not go that route, but I definitely like it on the play. So yeah, on the play my configuration is going to be a little bit, because Endurance is a lot better when I can just present it as a threat on my opponent's end step and then force them to do something or deal with this random 3-mana 3/4. Versus on the play I can slam Trinisphere on turn 2 and like we basically win the game on the spot, right? Opponent can never resolve anything anymore. I mean they can, but they're stuck with one spell a turn. We're gonna keep this hand. I wonder if we VVN or not. I think we do. So let's go. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go for, because we drew the Vizier, I'm gonna go for Stomping Ground. So if my opponent kills that, if they Spreading Seas this, it doesn't really matter too much because we have another copy. Here's another Saga. Here go. Actually, let's play out the Longbow. Might as well. Might as well. Even if they Teferi. Oh, miss land drop. Yeah. Yeah. I think we may be favorites here to win this game. So if they Teferi here, I can Veil in response. Narset. Yeah, that doesn't really do it. Oh, the only problem is that they can have the combo. So that would mean that's bad actually, if they have Daisen doing. So let's go here for Temple Garden and we're gonna call for Devoted Druid just to have access to it. Construct. Big construct, by the way. It's gonna be a 4/4 boy. It's got Shadow Spear. Pass the turn. I like how the Veil of Summer is like super hidden here. It's pretty funny how this worked out. If they do find Ace and Duin, then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble though. Lot of trouble. Aether Gust. Huh. Okay. Aether Gust is a card for sure. Okay, so I think we untap here. 3 mana? What is this? Prismari Command. Target player draws 2. Destroy target artifact. So we can just Veil of Summer here, because they targeted me with this. So if we just Veil, they get neither effect. Force of Negation pitching Aether Gust. Damn, that's a lot. I was not expecting that. I was most definitely not expecting all of this. Prismari Command was not amongst the cards that I considered for sure. So, pass the turn. We did get a 2-for-1 out of the deal, but then my opponent, they Prismari Commanded me, which is going for the Endurance on the end step. And then if they do something, then we can Devoted Druid. Yeah, I'm just gonna target myself here. It's worse if I find Wrenn in 6, but oh my god, they're just gonna Prismari Command me again. Brutal. Yeah. Draw 2, discard 2. Yeah, this is devastating. Alright, so never mind. When I said that Narset doesn't do anything, I was very, very wrong. Also, I should have equipped there. That was a little misstep there. Wow. I've been blown out. Might as well equip, because nothing better to do with my mana, so might as well do that. Missed out on 4 life, I don't think it matters whatsoever, but ugh. Okay. I know when I've been beat. Prismatic Command, man. Jeez. That is sick. That is so sick. Okay, so I definitely don't want Trini Spheres. My opponent's gonna be doing Prismatic Command bullshit. Actually, am I? No, this is fine. So I can Arbor Elf and I can turn 2/3 drop. Keep this hand. So my opponent could have the thing that destroys a land, but I'm gonna get double green here because finale. Please don't have the force. Please don't have the force. Yep. Sometimes you're just meant to lose the game, you know. Sometimes you're just meant to lose it. It's okay. It is okay. Soul Guide Lantern. So I think I want to fetch and play the Vizier just because it has power and toughness. Because what I do not want to happen is for my opponent to play a Planeswalker and then I have nothing on board to pressure it. So I think we finale for 2. Opponent could have had 3 mana there. They chose not to, so they probably have counterspell or something. This is playing into a Wrath, but I just don't really think I have the time to play around the Wrath. Man, that Force of Negation on the Wrenn was absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. Yeah, they have the Wrath. Womp womp. Karn. Damn it. Let's make some white mana here, I guess, just in case. Maybe it should have been red mana. Let's make Devoted Druid. Man, that's not good though. That's definitely not good. They just have Fire Eyes. They have so many answers to this. I can't believe they have the Force for the Wrenn. Like, this game would have been so much different. Brutal. Brutal. Those right there were the turns where I needed to find something of substance. That's where I needed to draw the Karn. That's where I needed to draw good things. Okay, so play that tapped. Yeah, it doesn't do it. I guess I can cycle this. Maybe I can find basic forest, sure. Of course, just classic basic forest. How do I win? How do I win here? Do I just have to? I can't wait, right? So I guess if I top deck exactly, Veil. If I top deck exactly Veil, maybe I have a shot. So I'm gonna hold on to this Karn here. Kaheera. Veil of Summer. Come to me. Devoted Druid. Ugh. That was bait, in case you didn't notice. That was most definitely bait. Force of Negation, Pitching Verdict. Okay. So do they have a way to kill this Devoted Druid? I have to assume they do. But if they don't, and I find the payoff, this random Luxior sitting in here, Diphthery. Okay. That's quite bad. I can't afford to sacrifice the Druid to prevent them from drawing a card. Wrenn. Okay. Maybe that helps a little bit. Find a land. Play Devoted Druid. And I guess... So I can play a land and I can equip... Oh, it's only one to equip Planeswalker. So I just make Wrenn into a random 4/4, which is hilarious. So, like, that takes care of the Kaheera. I can't believe this is actually This is the first time that I've equipped a Planeswalker with Luxior. Maybe I did it once before, but this is very funny. It's nice that, like, now they basically can't attack my Wrenn. Also, Wrenn can't activate, which is the bad part, but they can still Prismatic Ending the Wrenn. They can also Prismatic Ending the Luxior and then, like, attack the Wrenn. So there are ways around it. Kind of like the fact that I have Hole taken care of there. I'll take 3. It's a free attack by my opponent, though, so good attack there. Actually, maybe I should have... maybe I should have blocked there. Blocking is actually a little bit interesting. Verdict. Brutal. Absolutely disgusting. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna finale for Eternal Witness. They probably have Counterspell, Force, multitude of different options here, but dress down. Okay. So there goes my Eternal Witness plan, unless I Boseiju here, but I'm not gonna do that. So I guess I'm just gonna find Devoted Druid. So maybe my opponent will, like, go for lethal. I mean, this hole is lethal. Narset. That's bad. that's very bad for me. So that's probably enough to kill me. Unless they super whiff, which I really doubt. Prismari Command is the opposite of a whiff. Prismari Command is exactly the opposite of a whiff. Alright, looks like we're gonna 2-3 this league. Oh, I can't even... I find a call so I can endurance, but I actually can't. Alright. I've seen enough. Pretty bad. Alright, here we're back. Not a good showing for the deck this time around. The previous time that I played this deck, I actually have done very, very well. This deck has a ridiculously good Living In matchup, has a really good Hammer matchup, as we saw in this very league. It has some good matchups amongst some of the combo decks in the format, hence why like Trinisphere is pretty solid. But as we saw today, maybe I should be focusing a little bit more towards more of the, I mean, not necessarily the aggressive, because like we have an okay aggressive matchup since we can race and we can win as early as turn 3. It's more of a matter of the interactive decks. The interactive decks can be a little bit of a problem. Obviously, like against the blue-white control deck, like the Jeskai deck, which was very cool, by the way, like very sweet way to build the Jeskai deck. It was just a little bit of bad luck, particularly in that second game. But there's a way to build this deck without the Trinisphere thing and just like going a little bit harder on the Eternal Witness and Larambri's Call aspect of it. I want to explore that as well. At the time that I built the deck, Trinisphere was very, very well positioned. I had like decks like Cascade were everywhere. Then stuff like Blue-Red, Trinisphere is very good against. Even things that you wouldn't really think of, like against Shadow, for example. If you can manage to like turn 2 or turn 3 a Trinisphere on the play, you can really hamper and stop your opponent's development. So Trinisphere has felt very strong before, but maybe that's not the case anymore now. Maybe more mid-rangey and interactive decks are seeing play right now instead. So if that is the case, then we want to try to go like a little bit harder on the combo potentially. Maybe like a third copy of Call and a second copy of Eternal Witness that can allow us to grind a little bit better and to just have overall better top decks. Also, the sideboard was a little bit awkward. This Veil of Summers, I just should resign myself to just never play Veil of Summer anymore. Like, I can't remember the last time where I played Veil of Summer and it was a blowout. I guess like today it could have been a blowout, but like it wasn't because my opponent had the Force of Negation. But it's one of those cards where it just never works the way you would want it to work. But yeah, I think that there's something here. I do like this deck a fair amount. I do think that there's something here for sure, and I'm willing to continue exploring it. That's going to be it for this leak, though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on the way out, and see you next one. Bye-bye.